UFC Fight Night Sacramento just went down. I'm going to go through my reaction to every single fight. And if you listen to my picks, we did not do so well. We did absolutely terrible. This is probably one of the worst fight cards I have ever predicted in my time doing this. Very upsetting, but we will bounce back next week and we will go 12 for 12. I promise you. We have to wake up at 3 a.m. So excited for that. I cannot wait to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch Song Yadong versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Can't wait, man. But starting off with the prelims, Chanel Dyer ends up getting it done against Elise Reed. I thought Chanel Dyer would get it done earlier against Elise Reed, but Elise Reed does have a pretty good chin on her, clearly. Chanel Dyer's second win in the UFC, very solid. I do still think she can be a top contender. However, I did notice that if it gets into the grappling, we really got to see how she does there, because the way her stance is, I feel like somebody could definitely get in there and take her down pretty easily, but we'll see how it goes. It was an amazing win. I think it was a pretty competitive fight. Obviously, Chanel had the better she was better throughout the whole thing, and it looked like at the end of the second, Elise Reed was about to quit, and I really did think she was going to quit, but she's not a quitter, so respect to her for that. But Chanel Dyer just pressured Elise Reed the whole time, landed cleaner combinations, continued to hurt her, and in round 3, she just poured it on her and ends up getting the fight stopped. Great win from Chanel Dyer. Excited to see what the UFC does with her next. Very hyped for that. And it all went down from here. The Battle of the Hair. Jackson McVeigh gets it done against Wes Schultz. I was kind of like, I thought Wes Schultz would be able to get something done here, but Jackson McVeigh, the knees were great, dude. McVeigh came out super aggressive. It looked like Wes Schultz might have been able to get off a submission early in the fight. There was a little grappling exchange on the ground, which was exciting for me because I picked Wes Schultz to win. But Jackson McVeigh is clearly the more well-rounded fighter. Wes Schultz just kind of stood there. He didn't really shoot a takedown. So I think that one where they got to the ground and it looked like Wes Schultz might have had a little something there. I don't remember what that was from exactly, but he just never shot again after that. And then Jackson McVeigh just hits him up the middle with a knee and gets the TKO. He just landed the heavier shots, hurt Wes Schultz badly, and yeah, just got the W. So W win from the Moose, Jackson McVeigh. Very impressive. I kind of thought that Wes Schultz might have been able to do something there because I looked at the record. I didn't do a lot of tape watching on this. Obviously, I've seen Jackson McVeigh fight. I've seen both these guys fight before. Should have watched a little more tape, but nevertheless, Jackson McVeigh gets it done. Next up, Gage Young and Stan Dorsainville. That's 2 in a row I've lost, but this was a great fight, dude. Fight of the night in there for sure. I don't think it got fight of the night. I'm not sure what did yet. They might still be going through that. Not 100% sure, but Gage Young looked good in the first. After that, Stan Dorsainville just kind of took over, which was really good showing from a guy coming in on his debut. He looked really good. He just did a lot more work. The first round, Gage Young looked great. After that, Stan Dorsainville just took over in the striking everywhere. Landed the cleaner shots, heavier shots, just everything better than Gage Young. Even they got into a clinch exchange at some point, and Stan kind of just like threw his hands up and looked at the camera, which is pretty funny. So, very impressive win from Stan Dorsainville. I think it was a 29-28. Very competitive fight, but I clearly seen that Stan Dorsainville won. Good W from him. I'm glad that the $7 billion company that the UFC is finally could put his picture in here. Thank you, UFC. Finally. Marcio Barbosa just destroys Ryan Coos. Crazy finish. Barbosa is insane, dude. He is insane, dude. The speed, the power. He was so quick everywhere. And I know Ryan Coos isn't like, he's not the like top guy. Like, obviously, a win is a win, but it was a very dominant win. He hurt Coos early, followed up with a barrage of strikes, man. Coos couldn't defend. He knocked him down, and he was done. Like, I thought he was still in it, but it looked like Ryan Coos was done. This was a very impressive performance from Marcio Barbosa. This guy could be a big problem in the featherweight division. He could. Obviously, you can tell, not a long fight at all. 11 strikes from Barbosa, 5 from Coos. Coos tried moving around, but if you saw the speed of Marcio Barbosa, it was absolutely insane. Gets the knockout over Ryan Coos. Just great win. Loved it. Beautiful. And this is where it got really bad for me. Chris Padilla getting the win over Nasrat Haqparast. I don't know where my head was here. Crazy finish. Definitely the craziest on the prelims for sure. For most of the fight, I feel like Nasrat Haqparast was having a good amount of success, especially in the first round. I think he had the first round for sure. Then after that, he kind of started to slow down. Both guys were like, this was very boring in the beginning. They were just both trying to find range, being pretty defensively sound. Literally, like, they were standing up, and Chris Padilla gets a arm triangle, standing arm triangle choke, which is wild to me. I thought they were going to call it a decision because the bell had already rung, but he was out, but they gave it to him at 4:59, which is insane. This was not the best fight. I'd say Haqparast won the first, Chris Padilla won the second, and was winning the third until the end. But yeah, round 3, I think it was like he hit him with an elbow or something, and then locked up that arm triangle choke, and yeah, he got that, just dropped to the ground, got the W. Great win for Chris Padilla. I got to quit sleeping on this guy. It's like 4-0-1 now in the UFC, I think, something like that. But good win for Chris Padilla. Kennedy Nzechukwu and Shamil Gaziev. This is like, bro, Kennedy Nzechukwu has the lowest IQ of a UFC fighter that I've ever seen, bro. You are in heavyweight. One shot will put you out. What are you thinking? Shamil Gaziev has power. I know, look at the physique, bro. But he does have power, believe it or not. This dude was hands down the whole time. I know that's like, he usually has his hands down in his fight, but what are we doing, bro? He kept his hands low, tried to use his movement. You could tell Kennedy was a lot quicker. He was trying to avoid the power, but, like, brother, what are we doing, man? Like, we need to switch our style. Let's keep our hands off. Shamil cut off the cage through a 1-2, and that right hand, dude, right on the chin. It's like Nzechukwu, like, looked away, and then he cracked him on the side of his jaw, and just the KO of the night, man. Beautiful. Deserves some bonus money for sure. We love that, man. Nzechukwu, zero IQ, man. What are we doing, bro? Come on. I don't know what this guy's doing with his hands down. You're in the heavyweight division, bro. It doesn't matter. You keep your hands up, bro. And Shamil Gaziev, I'm sorry. I'm putting respect on your name now. This guy is the GOAT, dude. I keep shitting on him, but this guy is the GOAT. I'm never disrespecting him again. Then another one. What is that, 3 I've lost in a row? No, holy crap, dude. Yeah, it's 3. This will be 3 in a row. Jamal Emmers with, I think, the biggest upset because, 390. Very, very unfortunate. Lorraine Douglas was undefeated going in. He had the hype. Jamal Emmers, huge underdog, but Unk still got it, man. He stayed patient. He circled away from the power and then landed I think it was a 1-2 combination, and that right hand really hurt Lorraine Douglas. They both were like dude, these guys were throwing heavy shots, dude. For featherweight, they were throwing some freaking heat, dude. So this was a great fight. I liked it, but Jamal Emmers, Unk gets it done. Lorraine Douglas, the hype train has derailed. I don't think completely, but like he was throwing some heavy shots. He looked good. Both guys looked good, but Jamal Emmers was just the better man this night and gets it done. And then we had a little bit of a run here, and then it went downhill again. But Anthony Wint getting the round one, I think it was an arm triangle, pretty sure. They both kind of, I thought Anthony Wint would have knocked Terrence Chapman out in like, I think I said inside of 3 minutes. Wint shot for a single leg. It looked like Chapman was trying to go for a Kimura. Whoops. Okay. We're getting a look into Terrence Chapman. Anyway, it looked like Terrence Chapman might have had a Kimura on Anthony Wint for a minute. But Anthony Wint gets the arm under, jumps to the other side, and Terrence Chapman just goes to sleep completely. Didn't even tap. I think he passed like all the way over. It wasn't a struggle for him to get over at all. And Terrence Chapman went unconscious. Anthony Wint could be an issue in the heavyweight division. However, let's check out see the drug test, okay? Because he's going to get drug tested after the fight. They all do. Like, this guy, I know he's a linebacker in the NFL, but, dude, this physique, it's a little interesting. Just saying. I don't think he's actually on like, whatever, but just saying. It's a crazy physique, and if it's all natural, then that's crazy. But great win for Anthony Wint. Could do big things in the heavyweight division. Just great win. He said he wants to fight very soon again, so could be in November. You never know. Then Carly Judice. This was a very quick finish for a women's flyweight bout. Gets a dub over Jesla Chavez. Judice came out and she wanted to make a statement, and she did just that. Another liver kick, a shot to the stomach again, that hurt Chavez immediately. Judice followed up with some strikes. Finished the fight. Carly Judice is someone you need to watch out for in the women's flyweight division. She looked amazing. She did. Very, very good win from her. Jesla Chavez really couldn't get going. Really not a lot to say about this one. It was a great win from Carly Judice. I want to shoot her up a little higher in her next fight. I do. So, then another one. We lose. Mason Jones loses to Markel Menderos. This is sad, dude. The Welshman was supposed to have it, and I said, it might not have been on YouTube, but I said in my TikTok video that this is going to be a very close fight. I was like, it's a lot closer than people think. Like, was Jones a 380 favorite? I was like, dude, that's a little far-fetched, because I was like, dude, Markel Menderos he's a good striker. He's a good fighter in general. If you want to go look at the video, go check it out. Yaps MMA on TikTok. But very competitive early. I don't know what Mason Jones was doing in the end there. He took multiple elbows and just like, oh, dude, I can take it. I got an iron chin. Just didn't decide to block his face for whatever reason. But, yeah, Medeiros found range in the second round, landed damaging shots. He hurt Jones, swarmed him with punches, and it was stopped. So, yeah, great win from Markel Menderos, dude. I love Mason Jones. I think everybody loves Mason Jones. Very hard to put a guy like Mason Jones out. Obviously, he didn't get slept, but he did get hit very hard with those elbows. Mason Jones was looking great in the first round. After that, Markel Menderos just looked really good, just took over. So, great win for Menderos. Mason Jones was looking like Menderos said that he was going to be fighting someone in the top 15. And that's what I was hoping for, because I think Mason Jones is that top 15 material, but I also think Markel Menderos is as well. So I'm excited to matchmake, because I don't know if it's going to be tonight it's posted or tomorrow, but I'm going to be doing a fights to make, because this was a great card, and fights need to be made, dude. So great win from Markel Medeiros. Very sad for Mason Jones. Now, this might have been the stupidest fight I ever seen in my whole life. Rainier de Ridder gets a win over Roman Dolidze. Now, maybe we have CTE already. I don't know. At the ripe age of, 38? Maybe we have that CTE. I wouldn't be surprised. That choke Hernandez had on him was pretty tight, so maybe all the blood hasn't flown back. But what are we doing going into the fight 2 seconds after the bell and pulling guard, bro, looking for a leg lock? Like, I was under the impression that this was an MMA fight, not a jiu-jitsu match, but I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But stupid, very low IQ moment for Roman Dolidze. Both guys were moving up to light heavyweight in this fight. I think we all knew how this was going to go. At least I was thinking, like, dude, Dolidze might win this with the way my night's been going, because, like, it was a rough night for me. He looked very good in this fight. He didn't have a super long reach advantage in this fight, and both guys were, like, around the same height as well. So I was thinking that wouldn't be a problem, but Rainier de Ridder actually looked a lot better than I thought he would. He looked like he looked a lot bigger than Roman Dolidze did, and just sat there the whole time and just kind of ground and pounded him the entire time. And honestly, the ref could have stopped that earlier. He got a back mount, maybe a few back of the head strikes here and there, just maybe. But I give it to great win for Rainier de Ridder. Very emotional. He was locked in for this fight, which is good, because I do think, like, if he was okay at middleweight, I still think he would have been a top contender. But I do believe he will be, like, maybe a number 8 or 7 in the lightweight division. I don't know how I'm going to match him up yet, but I do think he is up there to compete with some of those other guys. Getting the ground and pound victory. He, like, look at this, dude. 4 strikes, man, versus 106. And the ref could have stopped this earlier. So, but he gave Dolidze so many chances. He gave him so many chances. So, W, RDR, love RDR. He's back in the win column. Let's go, baby. Sergey Spivak, Vitor Petrino. Very upsetting decision win, but I understand, because both guys are aware of the other's power. So I understand both of them. I really thought Sergey Spivak would have had that. I really did. I thought he'd be able to use his clinch game. Like, I know he's, like, he can go on the ground and he has submissions in his pocket, but I didn't really expect him to go and submit Vitor Petrino. I thought maybe he could, but I thought the clinch would be his best bet, but he never really got there. And in the second round, Vitor Petrino he sat there. Like, this is where a majority of the strikes come, was that second round. Petrino just sat there and wailed on him. And another reason I'm a little upset with this performance is because the second round TKO was there for, like, he could have taken that 100%. He could have. I don't know what he was thinking, but he could have had him finish there. Sergey Spivak's got good defense on the ground, but I think Petrino could have finished him if he kept throwing just a little bit more. He could have been out of there. Spivak, he just never got off. I don't know what it was, but obviously they both were wary of each other's power, and I thought if someone was going to dominate on the ground, it would have been Sergey Spivak, but Vitor Petrino was the one to dominate on the ground. And I was hoping after the pep talk in the corner after the second going into the third, he was one of the cornermen for Spivak was saying, do it for your father, do it for your father. I was thinking, dude, he's going to go out there and he's going to knock him out, dude. That was my hope, but yeah. I was wary when this fight started that Vitor Petrino was going to go out there and knock Spivak out immediately, but I'm not one to change my pick last second, so another loss on my record. Very unfortunate, but good win for Petrino. He is now at number 6 in the heavyweight division, so good on him. But it kind of sucks when these heavyweights go to decision. Like, those are the ones that it's like brother, Shamil Gaziev gets the knockout. So it's like, we got one heavyweight knockout. Why not? Holy crap. It's like, why not go for another, dude? Let's get one of these guys knocking each other out. But I get it. They're both smart here because they're both wary of each other's power. Like, you can look at Sergey Spivak, like, oh, dude, he looks fat. He's slow. No. He was slow in the third, but, like, you could tell, dude, this guy's worn out. But he has power. This dude has power in his hands. He's fought the best of the best. Cyril Gane, Tom Aspinall. He's up there, and that's why I picked him to beat Vitor Petrino. But let's get to the main event. I'm so glad I got this right because I would have been so upset if I didn't. Barack Obama, the President of the United States, gets it done. Or I guess ex-president now. But yeah, dude, great win from RoboCop. He's also now number 6 in the world. Or I guess not in the world, but in the middleweight division. Anthony Hernandez cannot beat anybody that has good takedown defense. It's just a fact. He can't. So, great all-around performance from RoboCop. Second round was beautiful. Knocked down Hernandez 3 times with the calf kicks. This was a night we needed Joe Rogan, man. I would have loved to just hear, oh, look at the calf kick, man. Dude, it really changed the game. That calf's getting really red. And on one of these fights, I don't remember what it was, but I want to say it was this one. Mason Jones landed it might have been the other way around, but one of these guys landed a calf, like 3 calf kicks, and Michael Bisping was doing the Joe Rogan. Dude, the calf is getting really red, dude. Like, shut the hell up, man. I swear these guys they got a piece of paper in front of them, and it's like a script. You got to be like, okay, you have to say this, this, and this, and you have to get it in order to meet your quota for the month. So that's what I think is on the commentary table. So Gregory Rodriguez gets it done. I had it 4-1, RoboCop. I do think he won the 5th round. I could see it being a little close because there's a decent amount of striking between the both of them. But, dude, that second round was amazing by RoboCop. I said that after the second, I think RoboCop would gas out. He did not. I thought the finish was definitely there in the second round. I really thought he was going to finish Anthony Hernandez, but he did not, and he gets the decision win. Like, dude got 3 takedowns out of 29. Nah, it wasn't 29. That's a percent. I think it was like 24 of 27, I believe was the last number. So, yeah, RoboCop is number 6, and he called out Dricus du Plessis. Again, I'm going to have to look at the middleweight rankings to see what I want to do. I'm going to be doing that after this to make Fights to Make video. So, Anthony Hernandez is on quite the downfall right now. After that Dolidze win, that was beautiful. He completely stunted on Dolidze, and I think we hyped him up a little too much. I don't want to say he's going to be absolutely garbage, but against someone with good takedown defense, I think we found the kryptonite to Anthony Hernandez because the dude's got cardio for days. He does. RoboCop, going into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, he looked super tired, and I was worried he would get knocked out. Even though Anthony Hernandez doesn't have a shitload of power, I'm aware, but I was worried because they were kind of just standing there swinging back and forth, no hands up. RoboCop was smart because Anthony Hernandez is kind of he's been hurt to the body before, so those knees that RoboCop was throwing, Anthony Hernandez was rocked multiple times. I thought Anthony Hernandez might have won the first round, maybe because there was like a cut on the forehead, a little bit of RoboCop, but I was like, and there was a lot of clinch work there, but RoboCop was doing, like, he was striking more. It was a little pitter-patter punches, but he was throwing more in that first round. So, great win. Called out du Plessis. We'll have to look into it a little more to see what I want to do and match these guys up with. So, yeah, very solid fight night. Only a handful, not even a handful of decisions, but pretty good night. I am very excited for next week. Song Yadong and Umar Nurmagomedov. I like Umar Nurmagomedov a lot. He is one of the Dagestani guys he's not just a wrestler. Like, Umar Nurmagomedov has good hands, and I'm excited to see what he can do against a guy like Song Yadong, because Song Yadong is a very good boxer. Very, very, very good boxer. So we get to wake up at 3 a.m. next week for that one, which is going to be just amazing. I cannot wait. But W Fight Night, they've been pretty good lately. My picks, however, have not been. So we're going to do a lot more film study next week, and we're going to lock in, and we're going 12 for 12 next week. Trust. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe so I can mainly just subscribe. I want to start doing fight companions. That's all you got to do, man. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to help me, and I would very much so appreciate it. Thank you for watching.